If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Alton Cunningham on the show. He returns to action this Saturday at Pure FC 15, taking on Tyler Vogel. The Bowman is here. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. On my way to train right now. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you on, especially during fight week. The hard work has been put in. We're just days away from this next fight. How are you feeling? How has everything been going in preparation for this fight?
Man, first off, thank you for having me, man. Everything's been real good, man. For me, man, the biggest thing was coming off that last loss was just really staying confident. You know what I mean? That was obviously a brutal loss. Wasn't well received, you know what I mean? So that was definitely a surreal moment in my fight career, one of the most surreal moments in my fight career. So the biggest thing ever since that fight was just really just staying focused, staying confident, finding my passion, finding a reinvigorated passion for the sport, and just getting back to it, man. Just getting back inside, getting back in the cage as soon as possible.
I know that fight on the Contender series against Tony Johnson, it wasn't your night. It sucks to lose, obviously. You mentioned some of the things that you were able to kind of progress with to move forward for this next fight, but were you at least able to take anything away from that fight in that experience in Las Vegas to help you move forward, getting ready for this next fight?
Absolutely. I'll take everything. I'll take a lot from all my fights, even my wins. And that fight was definitely surreal just because, you can't prepare for having your orbital broken. You know what I mean? You can't prepare for that at all. And having that happen 30 seconds into the fight, having the fight basically 14, the whole fight really with just one eye. I learned from that. I learned a lot about myself. I learned some things that I should have done differently that would allow me to get to victory. If we're going to be real, I was just a little bit more active, just activity. I lost that fight due to activity. I controlled him the whole fight. I wasn't active. It came down that second round where I just wasn't as active. And then I go and then I reflect on that fight, and I just felt like I fought on survival mode more in that second round. And in the third round, I was able to kind of implement my game plan a little bit and fight my fight. But, it is what it is. You learn from it. You just live to fight another day, right?
I'm not a fighter, but I would have to assume it's definitely a different dynamic fighting on the Contender series with the lack of crowd. There's no music, the pressure of having Dana White sitting there cage side, reacting to everything you do, being on Fight Pass or ESPN Plus with a lot of eyes upon you. You finished every other fight that you've been in, but there's something about Vegas in the Contender series for some guys. What were those experiences like for you? Did you feel like those fights felt different in the build-up and in the fights? Did you feel like there was more pressure on you in those fights?
Yeah, what I feel about pressure, if you allow the pressure to get to you, but I would just say that, I think it was more a matter of circumstance. I've lost at the highest levels. You know what I mean? My two losses are at the highest levels. It just so happens to be on the Contender series. And, but, I guess a little bit, I guess, but, when I think of my experience on the Contender series, I just think of it as, just really the process. You know what I mean? I'm figuring this thing out. I'm figuring my game out. I'm figuring myself out. Figuring out how to be more, just more in the zone. You know what I mean? More in the zone.
Do you have that thought process with these Contender series experiences? Like, everything happens for a reason. Like, timing's everything. The story's still being written. You're only 26 years old. In athletic years, you haven't even hit your prime yet. Like, you haven't even come close to it, really, if you look at it. Do you look at it like, yeah, it sucks, but maybe this gives me some more time to get better, to improve my game, and when the timing's right, here's Alton Cunningham.
Exactly. It just wasn't my time. We're gonna be real. It just wasn't my time to get there yet. And I am only 26 years old. I've been at my gym where I'm at now for a little over a year, so I'm figuring this thing out, man. I'll be there, man. I'm gonna get there for sure, without a doubt.
The next step for you is this Saturday, Pure FC 15, taking on Tyler Vogel, who has fought in LFA like yourself. He's fought for RFA, World Series of Fighting. Definitely a guy who is active also like yourself. Has a couple more years under his belt. I'm sure you and your team are much more familiar now, but did you know much about Tyler when the fight was offered to you?
Yeah, I was getting ready for a fight as well against Bovine at that time, actually. And Yeah, so I knew a little bit about him. I watched his fight. But, I mean, it just, I mean, I'm not looking past this dude. I'm looking right through him. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to do my thing, go have some fun. And I believe that it's going to lead to me getting a nice victory.
I don't think this fight spends a lot of time on the ground. Both of you guys have finished all of your wins via strikes. He does have some boxing experience as well. So I don't think this is going to be that grappler's delight fight, but who knows? Maybe we'll be in for a little bit of a surprise. But what sorts of things does he bring to the table that you had to focus on a little bit more getting ready for this fight?
Well, this fight was actually a fight that I actually wanted because I knew that, I mean, when I looked at my last fight and some of the things that I lost in that fight, I think Tyler's was the perfect opponent, perfect bounce back fight because he is pretty game. He has experience fighting high level guys in certain organizations. He's fought at some of the highest levels. I mean, he's fought for PBC, for boxing. That's huge. He's fought for LFA, and I knew he was kind of wild. You know what I mean? He runs his mouth a little bit, and I knew. That was a good test for me with my emotion on the emotional side and staying calm and composed because that was one thing that I really wanted to work on for my last fight was I felt like I was just a little too emotional in that fight. When if I would have slowed the fight down, that fight would have been mine in the Contender series. So, I focused on being calm and composed. I knew he's gonna come to strike, and I felt like that was a perfect fight for me to bounce back and get back to my striking roots. Get back to my striking routine and going in there and working this guy on the feet. And, I mean, also being prepared for the ground as well. I mean, I'm prepared there as well. But I just knew it was a perfect bounce-back fight for me.
You mentioned being a Pura Vida guy. Very solid team there. There's a lot of up-and-coming guys and gals. Of course, Zach Otto is there, one of the more underrated coaches in the sport right now. He's a guy who's as smart and as analytical as they come in the fight game. But he and the rest of the coaching staff always want their fighters to – they want you guys to be yourselves, to be loose, to be athletic, and just do you, essentially. Not a lot of camps preach that kind of thing. How refreshing is that for you in your evolution as a fighter?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's bringing out the best of me. I'm seeing things that, like I said, I'm figuring this thing out. I'm figuring out my own style. Even being in the gym now, I'm figuring out things and abilities that I knew that I had and things that was always there that I'm just gaining more and more confidence with. Things in certain styles. I feel, dude, I feel so good right now, man. Having those guys and then doing my own thing, it's been incredible, man.
You seem very relaxed right now heading into this fight. Is this typical for you? Are you normally this chill, this relaxed heading into a fight, or is this something you've learned along the way?
I've been getting better. I've been getting better about being more relaxed and being aware of my emotions, because this sport can bring you down, man, emotionally. I mean, if you let it get to you, just because it's such a high roller coaster, and definitely the emotions can definitely get to you during fight week and closer to the fight. So, I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I feel pretty relaxed, and I'm just enjoying the process. I mean, I signed up to do this. What's to worry about? Signed up to do.
Who are some of the training partners you've worked with and sort of utilized to get you ready for this fight?
My regular training partners. So I got a couple of amateurs I'll point out. Nick Klein, Jordan Clark, my roommate Wesley Schultz. Who else been in there? Zach's been in there. Montel. We got a newer guy, a heavyweight, Jacob Heapland. He's been in there. And Nelly. I mean, usual crew.
How do you see this all playing out? You said you're looking to get in there and get a nice win here. When you close your eyes, you visualize this fight playing out. How does it usually play out between you and Tyler Vogel?
I feel like I'm just going to be the bigger, quicker, faster, stronger fighter. More importantly, I'm going to be the faster fighter, more athletic fighter in there. And I just think that I'm just going to be a step ahead of him in every way. On the feet, I'm going to be a step ahead of him. And I think that's going to lead to me getting the opening, and the knockout's going to be there. I hit very, very hard. So I see me definitely hurting him on the feet. I can see him trying to go for a takedown. I hit him with a knee. Or I see me, or dropping him on the feet, whatever. But I feel like, without a doubt, I'm going to knock him out.
if all goes well here, it's going to put a nice stamp, give you some nice momentum coming out of 2019. You even said it, like, you're not overlooking Tyler Vogel. You're looking to go right through him. You don't want to overlook the task at hand here. What kinds of goals are you setting for yourself in this crazy sport of ours in 2020?
Right now, I just want to get better. I just want to get better and just stay active. Right now, just get better. Get done with the gym, spend time in the gym, and the opportunity is going to come. I'm not going to rush anything. I'm not going to hope anything's there. I'm just going to get better and train. When the opportunity is right, it's going to come at the perfect time. So that's my goal.
That's a good way to look at it. Alton Cunningham takes on Tyler Vogel this Saturday, Pure FC 15. Of course, the MMA action will be aplenty on Saturday. There's no shortage of fights to be watched on Saturday for sure. So hopefully you get yours done quick, and then you can watch all the other craziness happening as well. Alton, I appreciate the time. Before we wrap up, let the folks know where they can find and follow you on the web. Any shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest, man? The floor is yours.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Alton the Bowman, ALTONTHEBOMAN. Shout out to my team at Pura Vida, the guys at Iridium Sports. Those guys are family, and I mean that's it.
How's my man O'Day Osborne doing? What a positive presence he is.
That's my boy. Shout out to O'Day, man. That's my guy, man. That's my homie, man. That's my boy. He's doing good, man. I was just talking to him, man. He's doing real good, man.
Good to hear. We got to get him in the octagon. We got to get that debut cooking.
I know, man. I can't wait to see him in there, man. He's about to take over. I can promise you that he's going to take over.
Yeah, definitely an exciting guy. You're an exciting guy yourself. I appreciate the guy.
Hey, I mean, that's beautiful. In that weight class, we got him and Montel. And Montel's a nightmare at that weight class. They don't even know about him yet. Those guys don't want to see him.
I don't even know how Montel isn't getting the props that he deserves right now. I think he's, one of the up-and-coming guys in that division. I think he's got future championship potential written all over him at this point.
Without a doubt.
As do you, sir. And we look forward to seeing that next step this Saturday. Thank you for the time, especially so close to the fight, man.
My time will come without a doubt.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
All the best to you on Saturday, Alton.
Yep.